Hi guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to turn on post notifications. So Nicki Minaj shuts down Gag City, the Pink Friday 2 Reloaded tour in Philly. Okay. And in my opinion, it looked like it was packed. Y'all was worried about the tickets not selling, and it looks like it was completely packed. And I actually remember that happening to me when I went to see Future and Metro a few weeks ago. Everybody was clowning Future and Metro and saying, oh, their tickets are not selling, they're flopping. I went to that damn concert and it was packed. It was packed. Okay? I was pissed because y'all was saying how it wasn't packed and all of that. And I thought I was going to get some tea like, Metro and Future really flopping like that? I got to see this for myself. And it was false. So I think people just be buying tickets last minute. Okay? And that's exactly what's happening right now. People are buying tickets last minute and they don't get sold out or packed until the day of the concert. That's what it gives. But Nicki Minaj, she looked good, okay? She looked like, she never really took a break. She was doing choreography. Also, Bia performed. She is the opener, okay? And she performed while, people were in the seats, not when before people were coming out like Icespxce did to Cleopatra. She didn't do that. Now, Nicki did say that after this leg is over, she won't be doing any more tour dates for the remainder of the year. Okay, she said Queens, Gag City, for the Pink Friday 2 tour, leg 2, that will be the last date, which will be in Queens. So it looks like Nicki Minaj could possibly be preparing for a hiatus. And I think it would be much needed because she's been traveling and touring all year. Okay, so I do feel like she definitely needs a break. Okay, so let me know how y'all feel about that. And will you guys be going to the leg 2 Pink Friday World Tour? Now, moving on to Botching Pregnant, she goes on another rant, okay, talking about her race and her identity. She's always going through an identity crisis, it seems like, in my opinion. But let's take a listen to hear what Botching Pregnant has to say.
Y'all see me, a light-skinned girl with a brown-skinned girl, a dark-skinned girl, and y'all want to compare what I have with my friends with somebody else's shit. Don't do that, because we don't do that.
Now, Botching Pregnant is addressing people comparing Icespxce's relationship with Cleopatra to the relationship she has with Star Criminal, aka Star Crim, Star Brim, the gang member, blood member that's supposed to be in jail. Wasn't she supposed to do jail time? I could have sworn she was supposed to be in jail, but snitches get out. But with that being said, people were comparing their relationship to Icespxce and Cleopatra, saying that basically Botching Pregnant uses a black girl or black woman so that way she can appeal more to the black community. Some fans were offended that she called herself light-skinned because, even though she is fair-skinned, okay, she's not dark, okay, she is not caramel, she is light, but she is not part of the black community. People were saying that this terminology is part of the black community and she is not part of that. Now, Cardi B has since clapped back and she said Dominicans are diverse when it comes to skin color, dark brown, tan, light, white. So why am I supposed to say I'm describing my complexion and I'm Dominican skin? Then she also responded to another fan that said, IDK, maybe y'all need to come up with your own terms. Light-skinned is used to describe black people, not whites. Dominicans, Mexicans, and Asians, blacks. You can't just use the word to mean whatever you want it to mean, chica. Cardi B responded and said, what you're saying is automatically invalid. The fact that you use whites is a color and a race. Dominicans are nationally with people that are different colors and shades, not a race. Get your glitter hole out of here with the fake rule you just came up with. I think Botchin' Pregnant wants to be part of the black culture, but she's not really part of it, but she wants to be part of it so badly because she's a female rapper. And then on top of that, she has a black husband or ex-husband. So she wants to be a part of the culture, but she's really not part of it. She's like a culture vulture, in my opinion. Now, moving on to Megan Thee Stallion's sympathy train that has been continuing. Not only did she address the Nicki Minaj beef, which we talked about yesterday, where she said that she didn't really know what the problem is, even though I believe that she do know because she was dissing Nicki Minaj. But she also said in her Payola Board interview, when asked about people dissing her in songs, she said, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. If people feel like I'm somebody to aim at, then I must be pretty high up there if you're reaching up at me. I must be some kind of competition. Now pay attention to that word. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel like I could rap because if I wasn't ish, y'all wouldn't be worried about me. Okay? So basically, to me, it seems as though she feels like she's in competition with Nicki Minaj because she said that if you're dissing her, and Nicki Minaj has, okay, Nicki Minaj is probably one of the only female rappers who have openly dissed Megan Thee Stallion and at Megan on social media. Now, y'all can say Botchin' Pregnant has dissed Megan Thee Stallion, but she hasn't openly claimed any disses. Nicki Minaj has. And it's coming off to me like Megan Thee Stallion's team wants her to play the victim and act like she don't really know why Nicki Minaj has a problem with her, even though she do know because y'all was going back and forth dissing each other. But if she owns up to the disses, then she's not going to look like the victim. If she plays dumb, then people are going to say Nicki Minaj is a bully. Megan Thee Stallion was never the problem. And now the dumb fans are running around saying, oh, when she said Megan's Law, she was talking about Champagne Thickums. She was talking about this one, that way. No, she was talking about Nicki Minaj. Stop. Okay? You know, she did diss Champagne Thickums, but that wasn't the bar for Champagne Thickums. It was a different bar where she was talking about they be having the same scars as the girls doing lipo. Okay, that was the diss to Champagne Thickums. Y'all can say that Megan Law wasn't about Nicki Minaj, but it was because Megan Law is about registered SO offenders and Champagne Thickums is not a registered SO offender. It don't matter if he sleep with underage girls or not. He's not a registered SO offender. He hasn't been deeply exposed for it, okay? And I'm talking about in regards to the law, not just regular people in Kung Fu Kenny. I'm talking about in regards to the law, he has not been exposed for it. He hasn't had any charges. He hasn't went to jail, okay? Megan Law is about registered SO offenders not being able to go to certain places. And if it wasn't about Nicki Minaj, she would have said it, okay? If she didn't have no beef with Nicki, but she did. And then on top of that, she's addressing this now. Piss came out in January. You're addressing this now because guess what? You're hosting the Video Music Awards and performing just like Nicki Minaj did for the past 2 years. And you need to be attached to her algorithm. People are falling for Megan Thee Stallion shenanigans. She wants to be the victim. So she gonna pretend like she wasn't dissing Nicki so people can sympathize with her and say Nicki Minaj is a bully. Y'all gotta see right through Megan. And also, if she don't got a problem with Nicki Minaj, how come she's scared to address Nicki by her name? She never acknowledges Nicki publicly, but she don't got no problem with Nicki. How interesting. You know, when she talk about women that inspire her in female rap, she never mentioned Nicki no more like she used to. But there's no beef. Interesting. And she mentioned Botchin' Pregnant. She mentioned Flo Milli. She mentioned Gorilla Glue. She all talk about all the female rappers she cool with except Nicki Minaj. Now, Megan Thee Stallion also shows love to Gorilla Glue and Botchin' Pregnant. Okay? Just like what I said, she won't mention Nicki in a positive way, but she will about Botchin' Pregnant. She said, I genuinely love Cardi. I love Glow. In the industry, you really don't meet a lot of girls who want to see you be successful. Interesting. You don't meet a lot of artists that want you to have success because they're scared sometimes is going to take away from their success. Music is competition, rap is competition, but those two ladies, I feel like we have to see each other do good things. Interesting. So she's scared to mention Nicki Minaj in a positive light, but she'll mention Gorilla Glue and Botchin' Pregnant in a positive light all she wants. Interesting. So let me know, how do y'all feel about Botchin' Pregnant and Megan Thee Stallion's fake friendship? Because I don't really believe they mess with each other. I don't care what she says in interviews. Boy, oh boy, it's not looking good for Icespxce. It looks like Icespxce is gearing up to get canceled by the general public. Her ex-stylist, who she fired, he's not her current stylist, has went on to TikTok to throw shade and spill some tea about Icespxce.
As some of you may know or probably don't know, I am a personal stylist, and I was hired as a backup stylist for Icespxce tour. And when I say everything that Cleo was saying is dead ass true, is dead ass true. So basically, I was more on the side with Spice. They had me like all in her rooms, like I'm all on that side. Like, you know, like I wasn't over there with Cleo and them. Like they was singling them out. Okay, I get with Spice, and me and her cool as hell, so we just be regularly talking about shit. I see she type got an attitude, so I asked her like, what's up? Like, you good? Like, you know, filling her out. She like, oh yeah, I'm cool, woo, woo. It's just Cleo black ass doing too much. I'm like, damn, hold up. She like, oh, she think like my workers is supposed to be working with her. Like, she think everybody that's here for me is supposed to be here for her. Like, girl, where's your team at? Wooty, wooty, woo. Mind you, we in Texas. So we is at the hotel in the middle of nowhere. Everybody hungry, everybody hungry. And Spice, like, when she want to eat, she want to eat. So Spice say, like, all right, y'all, we finna go get something to eat real quick. Come on. So I'm like, where Cleo and them at? Like, Cleo and them coming too? She like, oh, they all want to be grouped up all on the other side of the hotel. I'm hungry. I don't got time to be waiting for nobody. So we go get something to eat, type at the steakhouse and like that. And Cleo is texting her while we at the steakhouse. She texting her like, hey, boo, da-da-da-da-da, I'm hungry, da-da-da-da-da, like, y'all don't want to go get nothing to eat, woo, woo, woo. Spice not texting back. Like, I see the messages. Spice not texting back. So she not texting back and shit. I'm feeling bad. Like, I'm like, damn. So I make sure, like, I was bringing some extra food back because I'm like, you know, I'm going to just, you know, split my shit. So we get back to the hotel. I go up there and I go up in the room and I'm like, yeah, so y'all still hungry? Woo, I brought some food back. She like, what the mean you brought some food back? Like, whoa, whoa, you went to McDonald's? Like, da-da-da-da. I'm like, no, we went to the steakhouse. She like, no, like, what? Basically, like, she was ready. Like, she was ready to start, you know, getting active.
So the stylist is confirming Cleo Trapper's story about how Ice was treating her badly. And he also posted some text messages and went on to say that basically he believes that Icespxce is not a great person and that she's a colorist.
All right, this part 3 right here. All right, so these are text messages. She texted me. She was like, yo, you here? Yeah, this was at the performance she had. I was like, my bad, friend. I'm running a little late. I'm on the way now. Just a good 10 minutes. Anything I'll bring it for Cleo. Because I had just went to the store before to grab a couple of things, and I had it at my hotel room, and I'm just making sure everybody was situated, plus Cleo too. Then she goes and says, LOL, she's good. You here for me. That's what threw me off. So then she asked me like if I could ever find these black Balenciaga boots that I would have before, but I couldn't. So I tell her to go up on my inventory page that's on Instagram at Z0's inventory, where I'll be selling the designer clothes and stuff like that. And you can tell she kind of had an attitude by saying LOL, okay. And then she like, James is coming out to get you, door A1. I said, it's okay, they let me in. I know where to go. She sends a thumbs up. And I said, they were these ones, right? Like the Balenciaga boots, just to make sure so I can get them pre-ordered for her. And she never responded to that and then unshared her location with me.
Now, my whole thing is, if Icespxce hired you, why would you ask, do I need to get anything for Cleo? I don't know. I feel like that was weird. It was almost like he was trying to set her up because you know she was not messing with Cleo and you're going to ask her, do I need to get anything for her? And you don't work for Cleo. So that was kind of weird. But he also mentioned how he was listening to Scratch Off, and Ice Spice wasn't too happy about that.
On Aux. Y'all, I don't know if this girl forgot to unadd the album or something, but y'all know who album rocking right now. Y'all knew what came on. Yeah, Ice was heated. Brokey. So obviously, you know, Ice tell her, like, she like, turn that off. And like the way she was looking at her and the way she said it, it was like she basically said, I'm finna smack the shit out you.
So this is quite interesting. So Cleo knows that Ice Spice and Scratch Off have beef. She puts on Scratch Off's song Brokey, okay, which is one of Scratch Off's most popular songs from her recent album. And basically Ice Spice says, turn that weakish off. My whole thing is, and this goes back to what I said yesterday, that Cleo been not effing with Ice Spice. That's why I don't feel all the way bad for her. I think that they're both in the wrong. You wasn't really messing with Ice Spice, because why would you put on the Ops song while you in the car with Ice Spice? That don't make any sense. Now, the stylist also said that basically Riot started to feel bad for Cleopatra or Cleotrap or whatever her name is. And he started talking to her and whatnot. And Ice Spice pulled Riot away from Cleotrapa. Okay? She was feeling some type of way that they were kind of having a conversation. So let me know how y'all feel about it. It looks like Ice Spice is getting exposed left and right. And she got to have these people sign NDAs. Ain't no way a stylist, a D-list stylist, should be, you know, talking trash and exposing you. You got to have NDAs, Ice Spice. Come on now. Stop it. You should know better. Okay? And again, he not going to be able to work with a lot of A-listers now. Who going to want a stylist running their mouth and talking bad about you on TikTok? I mean, these people kind of unprofessional in my opinion. Now, moving on from that, Deja Vu has been ranked Queen Bee's best song by Rolling Stone. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with this statement. I'm going to have to disagree. I don't know if it's the best Beyoncé song. I don't know about that. Beyoncé got a pretty good catalog. Is this better than Baby Boy? I don't know. Is this better than Diva? I don't know. Is this better than Drunken Love? I don't know. I don't know about that. I think Deja Vu is definitely up there, but it ain't the best Queen Bee song. Rolling Stone is wrong yet again. Now, Katy Perry went and did an interview with Call Her Daddy podcast, and she basically went around the bush and didn't really answer the question in regards to why she has been working with Dr. Pùnkś. She said, I understand that it started a lot of conversations, and he was one of the many collaborators that I collaborated with. But the reality is, it comes from me. The truth is, I wrote these songs from my experience of my whole life going through this metamorphosis, and he was one of the people to help facilitate all of that. One of the writers, one of the producers. I'm speaking from my own experience. When I speak about women's world, I speak about feeling so empowered now as a mother, as a woman, giving birth, creating life, creating another set of organs, a brain, a heart. I created a whole heart and I did it. I'm still doing it. I'm still a matriarch and feeling really grounded in that. That's where I'm speaking from. So I created all of this with several different collaborators, people that I've collaborated with from the past, from Teenage Dream era, all of that. Okay. So she didn't really answer why she chose Dr. Pùnkś. She just said that basically he helped facilitate her new era, which is great. But you could have worked with Max Martin. Okay. You didn't have to work with Dr. Pùnkś. You could have worked with any hot pop producer, David Guetta, Calvin Harris, okay, Jack Antonoff, like Sabrina Carpenter and Lana Del Rey has been working with. I mean, I don't understand why Dr. Pùnkś, because he's not really as hot as he used to be, especially after the Kesha situation. So, you didn't really give a good enough excuse, Katy, and I'm going to have to give you donkey of the day. Okay? You didn't really explain much as to why. You just saying he's helping you with your music, which is great, but that wasn't a great excuse. And on top of that, you're flopping, so he's helping you flop, in my opinion. Now, moving on from that, Ice Spice has now lost 540,000 followers in the last 12 days on Instagram. And she lost 8,000 followers yesterday. Okay, so this was reported yesterday. Oh my goodness, what is going on with Ice Spice? Is Ice Spice getting canceled? Okay, now I don't feel like she deserves to get canceled for this. In my opinion, I might have the unpopular opinion, and I don't think that she should get canceled for not buying her friend a chicken salad. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, if she did in fact go around and say, I'm tired of Cleopatra or Cleopatra's black ass, then she might need to be canceled for that. Okay. But as for not putting Cleopatra in her budget, I don't think she should be canceled for that, because artists are not responsible for opening acts' budgets, okay? Now, she should have just been honest about it. That's why I said they're both wrong, because Cleopatra should have had a contract in place. But Ice Spice should have told her, like, this is what you're going to have to pay for. So they both in the wrong. But at the end of the day, I don't know if this is worth a cancellation. Everybody want to cancel people so easily. It don't even be that deep. I don't think she needs to be canceled, but I think that she needs to do a career revamp, okay? I think she needs to call up the Chart Obsessed Races, do another collaboration with her, call up Doja Cat. Doja Cat has been canceled a few times. Maybe Doja Cat can help her, okay? Because Doja Cat has been canceled a few times, has definitely pissed off her fans and the general public, and came back on top every single time. She has never been officially canceled, and it worked, okay? Remember when she was in the racist chat rooms? Y'all still supported her. When she said she hated her fans, y'all still supported her. She don't like black men, she only date white men. Y'all still support her. She pandered to the barbs and turned down a Nicki Minaj collaboration. Y'all still support her. So I think Doja Cat is one of the few artists that you really can't cancel, because she just got so much talent. So I think Ice Spice, you need to ask Doja Cat for some help. Okay, Doja Cat can help you, because she's been canceled a few times and she came back on top every single time. Okay, so you need to go link up with Doja in the Chart Obsessed Races. Go pop, leave rap alone for a little bit, and get on canceled. Now, moving on from that, Sabrina Carpenter is gearing up to spend a second week at number 1 on the Album 200 chart, selling 155,000 first week. Take that, Travis. You try to sabotage Sabrina, and she going number 1 for the second week. Okay? So congratulations to Sabrina Carpenter. I think it's well deserved. Okay, and I'm looking at this list, and how is SOS by SZA at number 12 still? SZA is, outstreaming Queen B. That's impressive. So congratulations to SZA, Sabrina, Billy. She's top 6. Who else? Charlie XCX. Congratulations to her too. The women are killing it. The women pop stars, not the female rappers. The female rappers can barely chart, but the female pop stars are killing it. Now, Ice Spice's hairstylist has come out and debunked the fake stylist that allegedly did not work with Ice Spice's story. Okay, so the hairstylist posted on Instagram, jumping on an opportunity for clout. Hairstylist is here. This man was not there. Let the people who was there tell the story. ... Yikes. So it looks like, Cleopatra or Cleotrapa and this fake wardrobe stylist was not telling the truth, and he's about to be put on blast. My whole thing is this. Even if, hypothetically he was there, because allegedly he wasn't, Why would you want to risk your career? Okay, because now other people are not going to want to work with you. And the fact that allegedly you wasn't even there, you made this up, not a good look. You look like a psychopath. But anyway,